Hello and welcome to this special show on Not Just About Television. I am Vishal Dahiya, and here we take a stock of India's fight against COVID 19. Now, one of the very important aspects in this battle against COVID-19 pandemic is that we have to conduct more and more tests, and the agencies involved have been working it from day one. In fact, the way testing strategy has evolved over the days and weeks in the past 3 to 4 months clearly indicate that the focus is in the right place. Now, one very important development has happened in past 3 4 weeks, and that is that an infectious disease diagnostic lab, that is iLab, has also been manufactured indigenously, and that has been pressed into service. Now, the most important and most significant benefit is that this lab can reach in the rural areas, the hinterland, the difficult to reach places, and conduct those tests as well. And not only COVID-19, I believe we can perhaps utilize this mobile lab after this pandemic for other infectious disease as well. So for more on this particular aspect, the iLab, we will have a small discussion, and for this we joined by a distinguished panel of three guests. Let me first introduce them to you, beginning with Dr. Jitendra Sharma. He is the MD and CEO of AMTZ. We are also joined by Dr. Guru Prasad. He is a professor with THSTI, an institution under the Department of Biotechnology. We are also joined by Mr. Suresh Wazirani. He is the founder chairman of TransAsia Biomedicals, the company who has manufactured this particular lab in obviously coordination with AMTZ and Department of Biotechnology. So let me begin with the Dr. Jitendra here. Dr. Jitendra, let's start by giving our viewers a bit of a lowdown about the idea behind iLab. How did it come around, and what went into the entire process?
So thank you very much. I must compliment the Rajya Sabha TV for having picked up such something so important. And thanks, Mr. Vishal, for bringing the appropriate panelists for this discussion. The entire diagnostic strategy of any country, and we must always keep in mind that there are people worse than us. There are countries and systems that are not yet even at par with us. As we long to improve ourselves in comparison with best of the systems in the world, there are clients who hope to evolve themselves to at least what we are today. Now, when you look at any diagnostic strategy, what is important are three fundamentals: the safety, the rapidity, and the scalability. So the concept of iLab was engineered when Dr. Renu Sarup, the Secretary DBT, and myself had a meeting, realizing the challenge that testing is becoming a challenge, because it's not the machine that is important. Testing can be done in a biosafety level to infrastructure, which is also equally important. And while you may buy the machine and the test and put them in a hospital, the hospital or a clinic need not necessarily have the supporting infrastructure, right? So that is safety. You can't do these tests unless the safety profile has been taken care of using the right air handling units, particle filtration, the biosafety level testing, the biosafety cabinets, and so on. Number two is rapidity. The strategy of doing more and more tests is of no use unless the results of the tests are given on the same day or at least in 48 hours. Because if we take 7 days to test and report back, in those 7 days, the patients would have already infected others. Now, this is something which has not been a key focal point of COVID management in many parts of the world. What an iLab does, and iLab is a mobile lab. It's a biosafety level 2 cabinet built on the chassis of BharatBenz, retrofitted with the machine supplied by TransAsia, Science Infra doing the entire AHU and panels, and AMTZ, which is a medical device manufacturing zone, coordinating the entire activity, bringing the tools and techniques together to make the iLab. And iLab, since it moves on the BharatBenz chassis, its possibility of going to a region, doing the test and reporting back the test on the same day is a possibility which is not there in a hospital, because in a hospital, the patient needs to come, give the sample, wait for samples to pile up, the tests are done, and when the patient goes back into quarantine or home quarantine, the results take many days to reach back. In an iLab, the results can be given then and there. That's rapidity. And the third principle, which is important in COVID diagnostic strategy management, is scalability. Now, that scalability in iLab is possible because as a container, it is built on the chassis. The truck can move with the lab, with the technicians, do the test at multiple places in a day, at multiple sites in a day without having a hospital there, because it's a lab in itself. And the container can also be disconnected from the chassis, can be put on a goods train, and can be shipped to anywhere in the country through railways.
Okay.
And therefore, iLab is unique because it has brought together the fundamentals of safety, which is possible in a hospital, the scale of rapidity because it's mobile and fitted with all latest machinery for testing, and scalability because it can be deployed at multiple places by multiple routes.
Okay, and how many units have been manufactured so far, Dr. Jitendra, in terms of, and how many of them are deployed, and what's the plan in terms of bringing in more such units as well?
So that's an excellent question, because what you are asking is now the success formula. And the ingredient of this success formula was the prototype, which we were proud to have built it in 8 days, working 24/7 with my team of scientists here. This prototype, the iLab is now with HISTI. Dr. Guru Prasad ji, our good friend, would explain you its functioning. We have now plan manufacturing in progress for about 10 labs, and we are waiting for confirmed order from multiple states and hospitals to facilitate their procurement. We have given them 2 models. The model of just taking the iLab with all the machines, using it by deploying their own lab technicians at their own cost of reagent, diesel, and everything else. Or, since the ICMR has fixed an upper limit of 2,400 rupees of RT-PCR test, we have offered anybody who wants to buy an iLab from us to pay us 2,000 rupees per test, which is much less than the upper limit fixed by ICMR. And we would run the iLab with our consortium partners at our cost, incorporating the cost of human resource, technicians, reagents, diesel, and everything else that goes into using of an iLab. And the contract needs to be for a long term, because as you rightly mentioned, Vishalji, your understanding is absolutely correct. Today, the challenge is COVID. These machines and iLabs can be used for COVID detection. Tomorrow, we can use the same iLab for tuberculosis, HIV, and many other infectious diseases. And that's why we call the name iLab, which is Infectious Disease Diagnostic Lab.
Okay, and that those 2 interesting formulas are definitely very, very healthy formulas in terms of ensuring that the people on the ground, the common man, does get the benefits there. But before I go to Dr. Guru Prasad about how it works, let me bring in Mr. Suresh Vajirani here, whose company, as you're pointing out, has manufactured the machinery which is deployed in this particular lab. So what kind of machinery is there in terms of equipments? What does an iLab has, Mr. Vajirani?
First of all, let me comment about the whole idea of iLab. As Dr. Sharma explained, this was really an idea born out of the need of India. And as you know, Transasia operates in more than 100 countries. I have not seen anything like this in any of the countries. So it is a very novel idea to deal with a very novel virus called coronavirus. So, it's the right idea at the right time. And this seems like a simple idea, but it is indeed a revolutionary idea that can change the healthscape of whole of India. As you know, 70% of India lives in the rural areas where there are hardly any labs. So the idea was that this lab should be able to do all the infectious diseases. So this lab has the capacity for what is called the molecular testing, which is the most advanced testing available in the world today, is the molecular testing. In addition to the molecular testing, it also has the ELISA testing, which is another very sensitive way of tests, and also in addition to the routine tests which can be done. So this is not only infectious, this in a way can be a complete lab providing total diagnostic services to the rural India, which, as I said, that has very little recourse to the diagnostics of this kind. So it's the right idea, the right time. This can do, as Dr. Sharma said, it can do COVID, it can test for TB, HIV, hepatitis, which are also significant problems for a country like India. And I do hope that very soon there can be an eye lab in every district of India, at least, if not every taluka, at least every district. And I do hope that every member of parliament would consider that this is an important contribution they can make to their constituency by sending one eye lab there and going around and testing people for it. So as I said, it's a very novel idea to deal with a very novel situation, but a fantastic idea. Thank you, Dr. Sharma, for thinking of such a great idea.
Okay, definitely. It is indeed a very novel idea, and specifically at the right time when our nation obviously needed such kind of infrastructure there on the ground. Let's now try and understand how it actually works on the ground. Dr. Guru Prasad, on those three parameters, as Dr. Jitendra earlier mentioned, that is the speed, the safety, as well as scalability. On all those three parameters, how does it fare on the ground, since you've been using this particular iLab there, and then also in terms of kind of tests which can be conducted? So if you could explain a bit more than that.
Yeah, thank you, Vishalji, for having me on the panel and also for highlighting this effort of Government of India. So in terms of speed, as Dr. Sharma mentioned, so we actually go to the community. So we are fortunate to have Faridabad Health Administration, which is working very closely with us. So what happens here is we interact with the clinicians, and the civil surgeon of Faridabad has deputed some clinicians who directly interact with us. We make a roster of where the lab should go every day. So we have this plan now for the week. So usually we reach the spot by 8:39 in the morning, and there is a team of clinicians who already have suspected patients, or even the community people gathered around that area. So we collect the samples. As of now, we can do real-time PCR, and we can also do antigen testing, and we have the capacity to also do antibody testing. So that's the beauty of this lab, that you can pick a test and it can be done on the spot. And so speed is there, because we do the test and we deliver the reports. Depending on the test, it may be as quick as 30 minutes to about 4 to 5 hours if it is RT-PCR. So people who are waiting for 2 days, 3 days now for RT-PCR results are able to see the results by evening on the same day. And they can be relieved whether if they are positive or negative, appropriate action can be taken by the administration. So speed has come there. In terms of scalability, we can process, for RT-PCRs, we can process up to 80-100 samples in a day. So it depends on the number of people who show up at the lab and the number of samples that can be collected. Most of the time, if we sample around 100 samples by, let's say, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock by afternoon, we will have the results by 6 to 7 p.m. So about 100 samples per day can be easily managed. And if you really think about antigen testing, which takes only 30 minutes for each test, we can do up to 400, 500 tests in a day. So that scalability is also there. And in terms of mobility, so this has helped actually a lot of people in the community. So you can imagine in this situation when people are afraid to travel, most people don't have public transportation from smaller places. We actually go to the communities where there are pregnant women, there are children, there are disabled. So it's easier now for them to really come to a lab which is close to their house. So they are happy to provide samples, they cooperate, and they are very happy that same day they get to know their results. So this is
and in terms of safety, Dr. Guru Prasad, the biosafety guidelines. How do you go about disposal of the bio waste?
So that's the beauty of this lab, because everything is contained people are wearing their protective equipment when they are processing the samples. So the sample collection team is wearing their PPEs. So sample is collected as per all the safety norms, and the sample is given inside the laboratory, which is a sealed container. So all the processes happen in a sealed container, and all the waste is within the lab in a biosafety bag. So we follow the usual biomedical waste management protocols of the government. All the waste is then brought to the laboratory here in the institute, and it is disposed of as per the norms by autoclaving and decontamination. So no biomedical waste is left on the site there, and we are following that process very smoothly as of now.
Okay. Dr. Guru Prasad, since you are handling this on the ground, there's one more question that is obviously you're interacting with people, testing them as well. And there's a lot of difference, as you pointed out, that RT-PCR tests results usually take 2 to 3 days. But if this is being done on your iLab, they get the results by evening. So obviously you must be getting a lot of feedback as well. What's the feedback from the common people, general public, whom you go into the community out there, test them near their houses or, near their community itself, near their societies itself?
Oh, it's actually, there's a lot of excitement in the community. So we are unable to actually meet their demand, because they expect now every day you come to our community, don't go to another community. So it's very difficult to beat their demand now. Of course, we are trying our best. We have a roster where we try to meet the demand of the communities by going to different communities every day. But I think there is a lot of excitement, and people are very enthusiastic because they know their sample was collected there, and some of them actually wait around for 2 or 3 hours, and they want us to tell them their report. So that way you can see that people now come forward for testing. Usually people say, oh, most people don't want to even go for testing because they are worried whether they will be positive or negative. Whereas in this case, they are so enthusiastic to get tested. We have a line of people usually, and we manage the crowd very well as per the social distancing norms. And we managed to get 70-80 samples and get them tested every day. So people are looking forward that, okay, will you come tomorrow? Will you come day after tomorrow? So we tell them, okay, we will come next time, maybe next Friday, next Thursday, whenever the next schedule we have in our hand. So there is a lot of excitement and support from the community.
Okay, so it looks like the community is happy. Those who are using it on the ground are happy with the way the iLab functions. Seems like a wonderful idea at the right time. Dr. Jitendra, I'd like to bring you in here again. You spoke about earlier 2 different formulas via which you plan to push it further. That is the iLab in different areas or different places. In terms of interest, how many states or organizations or hospitals would have shown the interest so far? How are people taking it from the medical fraternity in terms of utilizing this kind of facility?
So that's a very relevant question. देखिए, मैं इतना ही कहूँगा कि आप अपने बच्चे को आप चाहते हो कि वो अच्छी से अच्छी स्कूल में जाए, और स्कूल अच्छी मिलती है तो आपको पता होता है कि बच्चे की पढ़ाई अच्छी होगी. We were simply very honored that an institution like Thisti, people like Dr. Guru Prasad, they have taken the first kid, and which tells us 2 things. 1, the iLab will be used well. 2, we will get good scientific evidence and feedback to improve upon what we have done. Now with Thisti, we are rest assured both of these things would happen. But not every part of the country is blessed with an institution like Thisti or AMTZ. As an economy, as a technology sector, we are still growing. Now, large number of states, private hospitals, institutions have approached us. Obviously, to do this test, they need ICMR approval, because they should have the statutory permission to do COVID testing for them to use iLab as one of the methodologies or strategies to do testing. So many of those who have had permission, they have approached us. We are working with them. We are working both on CapEx mode and OpEx mode. As I explained, they can buy the bus or they can give us the contract. The best part is, as Mr. Wazirani ji mentioned, you see, this iLab also has a biochemistry analyzer, which can test, for example, lipid profile or triglycerides or cholesterol or entire biochem. It also can have a hematology analyzer. Now, diagnosis of a disease is not a new demand in India. Today it is COVID, yesterday it was cervical cancer, tomorrow it would be diabetic profiling. No, diagnosis is something which is a gateway to health. It is first diagnosis, then a doctor, then a drug. In budding economies, what happens is patients go to a chemist shop, buy a drug, bypassing the two gates, the diagnosis and the doctor. These are 3 Ds that make a healthcare value chain. The first gateway is diagnosis. And I would seriously urge that, under MP-led funds, most of the honorable members of parliament, they have budget to provide for an asset in their community. There are a National Health Mission PIP budget envelopes under which the diagnostics are provided for. Every province, every state constituency must endeavor to take an iLab, not just for COVID, but for diagnostics improvement in their communities. You see, when we named iLab, we named it because it treats infectious diseases. But this iLab has to become India Lab. Its model has to be enveloped across the health system of the country for it to become a real superpower.
Okay, that indeed is a great idea, in terms of having it perhaps in every constituency or every district out there as well, and tie up perhaps with the district hospital and the administration as well. Mr. Vajirani, in terms of what more this mobile lab can have, because as both of you are pointing out, Dr. Jitendra also said it, you also mentioned in your previous answer that it's not only about COVID-19, and as Dr. Jitendra was saying, diagnostic is the gateway to proper treatment. So obviously there are several other diseases in India which needs to be given attention. Obviously after COVID pandemic is over, there'll be focus on all others as well. So what more can be added here in terms of equipment, machinery, so that it can be much more better utilized perhaps and is not confined only to the COVID-19 pandemic?
Well, this is a very flexible model. But even now, the iLab has huge capability to do that. It can do not only COVID, as I mentioned, it can test TB, it can do HIV, hepatitis, it can do HPV, which are very advanced tests. Even in city like Mumbai, you will not find more than 15, 20 labs who can do it. So this is the kind of unbelievably, advanced capability this iLab has built in, which can really revolutionize the, as I say, healthcare of India, because we believe that diagnostics is equal to prevention. And if you want to make a healthy India and happy India, the only way is to do large-scale prevention through diagnostics. So if you can have a program where you can test every Indian at least once in a year, it will be a different India. It will be really a healthy and happy India. And I said that iLab has all that capability to test for every disease, because, blood testing is the most critical part of diagnostics. It's the root of all diagnostics. It starts with the blood. So iLab can do every blood test that you can think of, because the molecular is the most advanced. It can do molecular, it can do everything. So it has the answer to all the diseases of India. It can potentially.
Okay, thank you so much there, Dr. Guru Prasad, Dr. Jitendra, and Mr. Vajirani as well, for sharing your views with us. And as all our panelists are pointing out, not only COVID-19, but also other diseases can be diagnosed by the equipment and the machinery which is available on this mobile iLab. One prototype is already working, and as Dr. Jitendra pointed out, perhaps in the days or weeks to come, we might have other units also on the ground catering to the needs of population at various centers, specifically in those areas where such facilities are either absent or they are not very easily accessible by the general population. So we'll come back again with a different topic. Till then, you keep watching Rajya Sabha television, but please do not forget to wear your face mask when you step out of your houses, as the war against COVID-19 is still on. Thank you.